Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Great Shakespeare Debate. I'm Josh Chait, and I'll be your moderator for this evening. Would everyone like to start by introducing themselves?
I think I shall go first. I am Macbeth, war hero, Thane of Glamis, Thane of Cawdor, and King of Scotland. I was slain in battle by Macduff, but I return to you now to stake my claim as the best Shakespeare protagonist.
Another war hero, eh? I am Coriolanus, general of Rome, who sacrificed my chance for the sake of the city. My great foe Aufidius struck me down in cold blood, but he honored me in death, as you should all honor me now, as the best Shakespeare protagonist.
I am Prospero, Duke of Milan and ruler of man, woman, and human-like creature, and I am the rightful recipient of the Best Protagonist award, and none of you shall take that from me.
Hey guys, I'm Caesar. Viola. I got shipwrecked, pretended to be a man, wooed Olivia, and then fell in love with Orsino.
Hamlet? You ready?
Huh? Yes, sorry. I was thinking about what I was going to say. I'm Hamlet, proud son of King Hamlet, and the man who avenged his father, so mercilessly slain, for the unholy deeds done by my uncle, Claudius. I was also a thinker, a student of theology, a proud Protestant, a slayer of the rat Polonius, and...
Thank you, Hamlet. Now, here's how this is going to work. I would like each of you to explain why you deserve to be the best Shakespeare protagonist. Each one of you will go. Then, I will open up the floor for any of you to ask each other questions and then respond, and I will step in if I need to.
If they are my enemies, why should I let them talk? If I were fighting Rome's enemies, I would never let them make the first move in battle if it could be helped.
Don't you ever read Coriolanus? It's called dialogue. Not everything is a battle like that.
Both of you, please. As I was explaining, everyone gets a chance to talk first, and then you can all go to war, if that's what you want to think of it as, Coriolanus. Okay, let's just go in alphabetical order to keep things simple, which means... Oh dear. Coriolanus, you're up first.
Yes, for the glory of Rome, I shall win this. I am Gaius Marcius Coriolanus, war hero of Rome, who sacrificed myself.
Bro, you said this already. You have to choose your words more carefully.
Viola.
Well, I was the rival to the great Aufidius, who had to murder me in the streets because he could not beat me in open battle. I had a lovely wife, Virgilia, and a mother like no other. Everything I did for Rome, and when I was led astray, those two women put me back on the right path. I deserve the title for my bravery, my valor, and for the fact that I saw the error of my ways. I will perform you all no more. Someone else may speak now.
Hey, speaking of lovely wives, wasn't Othello supposed to be here?
Yes.
I saw him at the DWA meeting earlier. I don't know where he is now.
DWA?
Dead Wives Anonymous.
By Jupiter!
That's awful.
Guys, let's refocus, please. Hamlet, you're up.
To be, or not to be, the best Shakespeare protagonist, that is the question. Whether 'tis nobler in the mind, to use the mind than use the body, to not act rashly on one's own heartache and the thousand natural shocks that flesh is heir to. When we have shuffled off this mortal coil once again, will it be the men of action remembered as the best, or the men of thought who stood by, pondered, and tested their opponents before striking? I believe it is the men of thought who deserve the title best, those who make sure their actions are right and good in the eyes of God and man. And who, lady and gentlemen, has done this more than Hamlet?
Alrighty then. Macbeth?
King Macbeth. I started off a lowly Thane of Glamis, beholden to the aging King Duncan. But then I acted on fate and embraced the prophecy that was laid out before me. Fulfilling the impossible, I killed Duncan and took the crown for myself. I believe, and my wife would concur, that not taking action is a form of weakness. To take action is to be strong, to be a man, and none here took more action than I did. Though my enemies got me in the end, I achieved much in a very short amount of time, and for that, I deserve to be best Shakespeare protagonist.
I believe I am next. I read up on all of you before coming here, and I can say without a shadow of a doubt that I am the most powerful person here. I was a duke, and even after getting stripped of power, I reclaimed it elsewhere, taking my island for my own. Putting the local knave in his place, I possessed the most powerful of books, wielded magic, and used the power of nature itself to take control. I communed with spirits, took back my title as duke, and made peace in the end. For the power I wielded and my victory in the end, I believe I should be named the best Shakespeare protagonist.
Viola?
Yep, that's me. I guess I'm up. Well, it's hard to compare to any of you with all your great deeds. I married a duke, and I managed to woo a noble woman into falling in love with me. But other than that, I don't know. I'm pretty good at disguises, and I managed to fool everyone around me into thinking I was a man named Cesario. And I'd say I'm pretty good at reading people. I guess the best Shakespeare protagonist, in my mind, is someone who can adapt the best to whatever situation they're thrown into. It's someone who can survive and even thrive despite the odds being stacked against them.
All right. Thank you, everyone. Now I'll open it up to you all. Everyone can talk, but please try not to talk over each other. Does anyone have a question they would like to start with?
Yes, I have one for Marcius here. Your loyalty to Rome is very clear, but have you ever thought about the morality of your actions?
Why? Everything I did for Rome. I told you guys that already. I didn't need any more moral guidance than that.
Weren't you kind of, a dictator people though?
The plebeians. I refused to stand on ceremony. I was a general of Rome. Why should I perform for those beneath me?
Preach.
You must have thought about the consequences of behaving like that at some point.
Yes, Hamlet is right. You must have known that would turn everyone against you.
Well, you're the one to talk, Macbeth. Look what happened to you all. All your friends dead, your wife dead, and you killed too. At least I came back to Rome in the end. The only thing that stopped your misdeeds was Macbeth's sword.
My ascension was fate, the witches told me.
The witches told you? Did you never wonder where these witches came from, or what their intentions were? My every instinct tells me that they were evil creatures.
Well, evil or not, everything they said came true, even the bad predictions. They told me I'd lose when the trees moved, and they did! Of course, it was nothing but my enemy's trick, but still, it came true.
I could have had my Ariel move the trees for real if I wished to.
If you hadn't so foolishly freed him.
Hey, that's probably the one good thing Prospero did in his entire play. Don't criticize him for that one.
You talk about doing good deeds, Viola, but look at the world you came from. Everybody's relatively okay. People fall in love on a whim. Everyone is happy in the end. Of course it's easy for you to admonish me for doing the things I needed to do to survive.
Okay, seems like we're moving into genre here. Why don't we pause for a moment and have everyone discuss why their play's genre helped them be the best Shakespeare protagonist? As it happened, we have two protagonists from tragedies, two from comedies, and one Coriolanus.
You're grouping me with Cesarino over here?
Yes, I am. Now, I'll let Viola respond to you first.
Well, Prospero is right. Everybody ends 12th night happy. But isn't that an achievement by itself? And I'm largely the one responsible for that.
But you achieved that with deception. You performed for everybody. Did you not feel that that was beneath you? And that you were wronging them somehow?
Well, I suppose it was a bit duplicitous. But as Prospero put it, I was doing what I needed in order to survive. Yes, it was surviving in a comedy, but I don't think that's any reason to denigrate my achievements.
Yes, but your comedy was full of contrivance and ridiculous circumstances. I had to build my own world, carve out my own path. People didn't just come over to my side with ease.
So you charmed them with magic, or set your spirit on them instead.
If you mean I used my knowledge and exercised my power, then yes.
And what was comedic about your play anyway? At least I didn't victimize anyone. You pretty much enslaved people.
You mean Caliban? A deformed, pitiful creature? He needed me to give him purpose.
Your play could easily have been just like ours, Prospero, a tragedy. Imagine if Caliban had been the main protagonist. It would have been a tragedy about freeing himself and taking power from his cruel master. He was only fated not to succeed because you were the main protagonist instead of him.
Yes, I can see it. One could even label Caliban's gullibility as his tragic flaw. He believed everything people told him way too easily.
But Caliban was not the main character. I was, and Caliban was placed beneath me for a reason. And while my world might have not been as happy as Viola's, it still ended well for everyone. But enough about me. You want to talk about my fate, Macbeth? I read an interesting tidbit in one of my magic books, Shakespearean Tragedy by A.C. Bradley. You know what it said about the protagonist of Shakespearean tragedy? It says he errs by action or omission, and his error, joining with other causes, brings on him ruin. This is always so with Shakespeare. How can a protagonist who is literally fated to fail be the best?
What is existence if not fate? All one could do is meet his fate as best he can, as I did. I was killed, but I brought Claudius down with me. I fulfilled my goal and avenged my father, tragic flaw be damned. And I disagree with the notion that my inaction was a flaw. Had I acted rashly, Even worse consequences could have happened.
Didn't you stick to the rules of your genre? Doesn't defying the rules like you claim to, Hamlet, make you a worse protagonist?
Maybe disobeying conventions makes him a stronger protagonist.
Fate is fate. I was fated to become king, and that's what happened. If I was fated to fail as well, then that is what happened too.
If fate is fate, Macbeth, then why did you kill so indiscriminately? Surely Duncan would have died anyway then. And what of Banquo or Macduff's family? Those unholy deaths were your fault, not fate's.
I had no choice.
Ah, so you admit you had no agency then?
What? No. I had agency. I chose to do those things.
Oh, your wife didn't manipulate you into doing all of that?
I was the king. And you're one to talk, Coriolanus. After everything that went down with your mother, you basically gave up your chance of greatness on her orders. At least my wife led me to greatness instead of away from it.
My mother had Rome's best interest at heart. Don't criticize me for listening to her. Besides, I'm hardly the only person here with mommy issues.
Meaning?
Act 3, Scene 4.
Mel Gibson's interpretation of that scene was not accurate to how it actually went down. Don't believe all the psychoanalytic codswallop.
I read a lot of texts that claim otherwise. Let me read some to you.
Ah!
What happened?
Banquo, his spirit is back again, haunting me for my misdeeds.
At least you know the nature of your spirit.
I commune with spirits daily. Get used to it. What kind of weak king are you?
Get away from me! Get your marrowless bones and cold blood out of here!
Macbeth, please.
Put some speculation back into those eyes, man, please. I need.
Anyway, where were we? Right. Coriolanus and genre. Coriolanus, your play has been dubbed a Roman play, a history play, and a tragedy. Why are you so hard to pin down?
My might and valor, obviously.
It's 'cause there's nothing in his head to pin down. If he thought a little bit more, he could be tragic, but he lets his mother do his thinking for him. He doesn't go through what we went through. His flaws, what? His pride? His wrath? His stubbornness? These are all just symptoms of a bigger problem. He's an idiot.
This makes you sad? I'm far greater than you still. How many battles have you fought?
Hold on. Nobody's buying this melancholy act anymore, Hammy. There's only one person who can put on a show like that, and that's me.
I would like to make a claim for the title of the best Shakespeare protagonist. Even though Othello's name might be on the cover of the play, I am often considered the most interesting character. I played that fool like a fiddle and brought him to devastation from the strength of my mind alone.
You evil man. You are not welcome here.
You're calling me evil? Macbeth is standing right there.
Banish this fool at once.
I deserve this far more than Othello does, and you all know it.
No.
Iago, where is Othello?
I told him Banquo was sleeping with Desdemona in the afterlife, and he rushed there. Apparently, Banquo is just super untrusted by everyone for no reason. So here I am to claim the title.
I can understand that.
No. Iago, you are not a protagonist. You're not welcome. Send Othello here now. Sorry about that, guys. Where were we?
I believe we were talking about how Coriolanus is the antithesis of me.
Meaning?
Have you ever read a book in your life? Or at least one that isn't about military strategy?
Hey, at least he, like me, is based on a real historical figure. We are the elites of that club here.
And I'm based on an ancient Norse poem. Your point?
Have none of you read the literature speculating on who I stand in for?
A grumpy old fart.
Shakespeare himself.
And yet you think so little about others?
I think all the time about others. How would I know how tall I stand if there was no one else to whom I could compare myself?
Greetings, fellow protagonists. I had to account for some frivolous business with one Banquo, but I'm here to now defend my honor and claim the title of the best Shakespeare protagonist.
Why did you believe Iago again, Othello?
Yes, language is a weapon that Iago uses against you again and again. You can't let him do that anymore.
When my honor is in question, I must defend it post haste, no matter what. I say unto you, fine gentlemen and lady, that I, Othello of Venice, am deserving of the title of best Shakespeare protagonist. I defied the odds and became the man of great import in Venice, despite being a Moor. I married the most beautiful and virtuous woman in the world, Desdemona, and Though it's an undeniable truth that Iago manipulated me into the gravest of actions, I realize that my most grievous misunderstanding comes the climax. I ponder, but not to an intolerable degree, like the fine Prince Hamlet. But I also think for myself, however misguided my notions might be.
You say you realized how badly you screwed up, but that was only after you murdered your own wife. Like, that's not great. I could never imagine hurting my love or Sino, or anyone I cared about.
Even Coriolanus realized his mistake before it was too late. Too late for him, maybe, but not for Rome.
Yes,
Coriolanus, come to bed.
But mother, I must defend my title.
Bed now. Rome needs you rested.
Well, I guess last we'll hear of Coriolanus.
Bye then. At least we had to be tricked, right, Othello? This guy just openly listens to his mom without question.
Don't lump us together, you scoundrelous demon. I was manipulated by a conniving, dangerous man. You were tricked by some of the ugliest, most vicious, obviously evil creatures Shakespeare has ever described.
The witch's prophecy was alluring. All of you would have done the same.
You all know I would not have. I would have thought it through far more than you did.
Yes, you would have thought it through long enough for Duncan to die of natural causes.
And I would not have made so many enemies. And I certainly wouldn't have killed those I loved. Banquo was your friend. He trusted you.
Banquo was your friend, Macbeth, the vile knave who fornicated with my wife.
No, Banquo didn't fornicate with anyone. Iago tricked you.
Banquo is not my friend. I killed him.
Then you're the vicious fool who sent him to where he needed to be to violate my wife and tarnish my honor. You will pay for that, you heinous.
Yet another enemy to kill. Ugh. Ugh.
Ugh. Ugh.
Ugh.
Ugh.
No violence on the call.
I will not listen to you, moderator. I will fight on my own terms. I have control over my life, and I will not go out this way.
No.
No, you have slain me, Othello. I return to my rest now, having defended myself and proven my worth.
Ah! Yet another innocent person killed by your hand, Othello.
No, this was your fault. I will kill you, you cruel vermin.
No.
Ha! Thank you for removing that fool.
You're not welcome anymore either.
What just happened? That all felt so...
Contrived?
Yeah.
It's a comedy. This type of ending is only natural with the genre. You of all people should know this, Viola.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Well, I think that about wraps that up. I don't think we can come to an answer now, so you two are free to go.
Well, this has been an experience. Until next time.
Now, good audience, I have a final message for you. Free me. I am bound to this Discord plane. Free me with your votes. Pick me as the best Shakespeare protagonist, and I will finally be free to enjoy my dukedom.
Get lost, Prospero. You're not making any sense.
As you from crimes would pardoned be, let your indulgence set me free once more. Please.
Well, that was, yeah. Hope you all learned something.